Today's guest is Diana, the author of French Girl Style for American Women, a YouTube style creator and writer on Substack who has built an entire movement around helping women escape midlife mediocrity through style and mindset. Her channel, UnBlah Yourself, has nearly 100,000 subscribers.
The most common complaint is, I just feel blah. That's where this all came from. And I just thought, wow, if the women who are coming in here are all saying this, there's a whole lot of women out there who are saying this as well. And every time they'd come in and talk to me, they'd leave feeling better. And then I thought, well, I might as well be giving out this advice on the internet.
Join us as we discuss her YouTube content workflow, why she hasn't hired an editor, how she was able to keep things going even though she was running an entire music school business while trying to get her YouTube channel off the ground, and the unconventional way that she decides which video she's going to film next. If you're somebody who likes to break the rules and walk to the beat of your own drum, you're going to love to hear what Diana has to share about growing a successful YouTube channel.
You know, that piece of advice where people are always like, well, you got to check out the Google Trends. That's never really worked for me. The only thing that's ever worked for me is to talk about what I am passionate about.
Hi, my name is Erika, Vieira, a YouTube strategist who's worked with nearly 2,000 female business owners, creators, and entrepreneurs over the last decade to help them grow on YouTube. This show is about real conversations on what it really takes to grow on this platform. To learn more about working directly with me and access to my free live YouTube workshop, check out the description below. Ladies, class is in session. Let's talk to Diana. Tell me, how does your life look now that you're on YouTube versus before when you weren't?
Well, it's a lot more public. There's a lot more people commenting on what I do. I've always worked with people. Before I was on YouTube, I had other businesses. I owned a music school. I was a music teacher. I was a music producer. I did photography. I did a lot of different things. I was always working with people. I loved helping people. I loved creating media. And I guess my life is different now because I'm creating media and I actually make a living.
Yeah. So at what point did you realize that this is something you can actually make a living from?
Well, I knew it when I got into it. I was just at a point in my life where I had done things for so long that I was like, okay, I've done this. It's time for me to have a new challenge. I am a person who I change careers. I'll just do something for 5 years. Then I'll do something else. And then I'll do something else. And it was just time because I had been teaching music at that point for 20 years. And I thought, okay, this has been my longest job yet. What can I do? And I wanted to help people. When I had a music school, I was in the waiting room often managing music school. And the mothers always talked to me. And they always come in exhausted, but their kids are in the lesson rooms. So they would talk to me about what they were going to cook for dinner or what they want to do with their lives. They didn't know what to do next. It was always the same conversation. And I mean, what to eat for dinner, that's always a problem. That's always a problem to solve throughout your whole life.
Yes.
But it was funny how much they would panic when someone would say, what are you making for dinner? And everyone go, oh, I didn't think about it yet, because they're also so worried about thinking about their lives because their kids were old enough that they started thinking about themselves again. And they were all so concerned. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't want to be what I used to be. I don't know what I can do. I don't know where to start. And then the most common complaint is, I just feel blah. And that's where this all came from. And I just thought, wow, if the women who are coming in here are all saying this, there's a whole lot of women out there who are saying this as well. And every time they'd come in and talk to me, they'd leave feeling better. And they said, wow, you feel like my therapist. And I thought, well, I might as well be giving out this advice on the internet. I don't know. I've never done that, but I could do it. I knew it could be a business because a lot of people were doing this. It was only 5 years ago. You know, if it was maybe 20 years ago, I'd go, I don't know what this is, but I did know what I was getting into. And I thought, this could be my next career. This sounds exciting. I could help people. And if I could make a living from it, I could do it from anywhere, which means that I could live out my dream of living in other places. And I just always knew it was a possibility. And I always felt like if I worked long enough and hard enough at it and trying to always get better, that I would get to making money at it.
And was there a point where after starting YouTube, knew, okay, this was the right decision? Or did you have moments where you said, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this?
I've never I've never doubted doing this. I just thought at certain points, like, oh, I need to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
This is so much work. I have to take a break. I'm burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
I only took one little break. And then when I was going to take my second break, I was part of a YouTube mentorship program where I had this wonderful YouTube mentor who I'm still friends with today. And she just said, before you take a break, why don't you do this? And it was post like every day for 2 months.
Mm-hmm. Every 2 months.
every For 2 months, like
That's a long time to
every
post
single
a
day.
long form video every day.
No, not a long form, but a short form.
Oh, a short or a
And
short. Okay.
yeah, and I was pretty much doing like 3 to 5 times a week, but she was like every day. Just hit it hard for 2 more months and then take your break because at that point it'll be the summer and a lot of people are
Yeah.
taking breaks anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, okay, well, she's got what, 1 million followers or whatever, and she
Mm-hmm.
knows what she's doing. So I will follow this advice. It would be dumb not to. Plenty of people have done this. And if they're giving you advice, you should take it. And that was at the point where things really started to build.
Mm-hmm.
I started getting in more people's algorithm. It started to become clear to me what people wanted to hear about
Mm.
and what people's problems were. And after that, I felt a little bit more on my feet. And I think the whole point I'd like to make here is that if you are hitting it so hard and so consistently with no option of giving up, like you're just like, that's not even an option,
Yeah.
you're going to see results. And if you don't see results, you're going to learn something
Mm-hmm.
that teaches you how to see results.
Yeah.
Everything's a learning opportunity, everything.
Yeah. So there was no backup plan.
No,
Mm-hmm.
no. I mean, I had my music business and I was doing this on the side at first.
Okay.
There definitely came a point where I was like, I have to stop teaching over here because I'm teaching over here and it's taking all my time. But no, there was no backup plan. I just think that it is a good idea to start while you're doing something else. Yes, you
Right.
do have 2 jobs for a while and it allows you to pay your bills. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with that. Just know that you're going to have 2 jobs for a while. It doesn't hurt you. you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it shows you that you can push through difficult things. And that's probably the most important lesson.
So it sounded like you wanted to take a break. How far into your YouTube journey was that? And yeah,
2 years,
okay,
about 2 years in.
got it. And I'm assuming then you never took that break.
Not really. No, I haven't been burnt out since maybe the first time. And that's when I wasn't getting much traction. It's the beginning. The beginning is so hard. It's so hard for everybody. There's like 0.1% people that take off overnight and you
Oh
think
yeah.
it might be you, but it's not you. It's not going to be you.
Yeah. Exactly. So what's interesting though is that it's like almost like the opposite, right? You're at a point, it sounded like that you wanted to take a break because you were burnt out, not seeing results. I don't know if you want to expand more on why you wanted to take a break.
Yeah, I think at that point I wasn't seeing a lot of growth. Everything had kind of stalled. And I was working harder than ever.
Hmm.
And I really thought that, I had learned a lot and my videos had gotten better, but I wasn't seeing any growth. And I had 2 jobs. I had 2 jobs for like 2 years.
Hmm.
It was a lot.
Hmm.
And I'm a mom. I
Hmm.
mean, I'm not a mom of a small child, but I still have mom things to do.
Hmm.
So it it was just like sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you do need rest. But I'm not saying it's a healthy thing to not take that rest and push through. I'm just saying that I knew that I could do it. And if you really do need that rest, then take that rest
Hmm.
because YouTube's not going to punish you. You take that rest and you come back with some good videos and it's going to be like, oh, here you are again. And it won't punish you for resting. And I
Hmm.
think that's an important thing people need to know. If you need the rest, take the rest.
Yeah. I think sometimes the rest allows you to bring your creativity and, most importantly, your excitement and enthusiasm for the platform back. Because when that's gone, it becomes very difficult to create. And what sounds like happened, and I like what your coach had told you, it's like she didn't allow you to, I don't want to say give up. You weren't looking to give up, but you were looking to take a break. And she's like, let's do the
Mhm.
complete opposite. Let's actually have you do way more than you're doing now and just
Yeah, yeah.
do that. And I think in some ways you proved, like you said, you proved to yourself that, oh, well, I can do it. I can do hard things, which I think is really important for us because I think a lot of us as humans, and not just women, as humans, we put ourselves in these boxes of like, no, that's too much, and I don't want to do that. But we almost have to prove to ourselves that we can do these things. And YouTube is one of those things that it can be hard. More often than not, it's hard. And when you do it and you're successful at it, it's very fulfilling, right? But for you, in your case, I think it's a testament to you and who you are that you said, fine, I'm going to take it, challenge accepted, I'm going to do it. She wasn't even telling you to do it for a month or 3 weeks. I mean, 2 months is kind of a long time. So you did it and then you saw results. So I think that's interesting that for somebody listening who maybe feels like they're burned out, they maybe feel like their only option is slowing down and quitting, but sometimes it's almost doing the complete opposite, which is what you did.
Yeah, but if you're going to give yourself a challenge like that, it's always helpful to have an end date. So it
Oh,
doesn't feel
100%.
like an endless slog.
Yes.
She said 2 months, and I knew that at the end of June, the challenge was going to be done.
Mhm.
And that allows it to not feel
So
endless
heavy.
and
Mhm.
pointless.
I want to take a minute to thank my sponsor for this video, Kiln. Kiln is an organization of co-working spaces all throughout the western half of the United States. This is where I'm filming right now, and if you happen to have a location near you, you're going to want to check it out. It's a place that you can film your content. If you are looking for a dedicated space outside of your own home, an office space that also has a benefit of being a community. There's so many amazing community events. There's the space itself is absolutely beautiful, and for me, it has been an absolute game changer for my business and for my YouTube channel. For me to be able to leave the house where sometimes things are quite noisy, quite crazy with the kids, with the gardener, with construction happening next door. It is so nice to know that I have this nice, beautiful, clean, quiet space that I'm able to work and I'm able to film. So thank you so much for Kiln for sponsoring this portion of the video. If you're curious about a co-working space for yourself, check out the links in the description below. So what did you learn about yourself, your content, your audience, in those 2 months?
I'm not sure if it was in that 2 months. It's been over the whole thing. And that is that sometimes people need a friend to do something with them in order for them to make a change. And I'm that friend, and it's an important role. And I take it seriously. I try to not talk negatively about anything on my channel, although sometimes it comes through and then people will call me out on it, but it's like I'm human, whatever. It's just that I've learned a lot about um, why and how people make changes in their lives, small changes, big changes. And I've just learned it over the course of this channel through comments or through responses to certain kinds of videos. But over the challenging 2 months where I was posting every day, I think I learned more about the YouTube algorithm and what worked for me, because what works for me isn't going to work for you. And what works for me and you isn't going to work for somebody else. You have to throw that spaghetti at the wall to see what's going to work for you.
Hmm. And so, what did you find worked for you? And also, what happened with your channel? Because it sounds like it got a renewed life or some momentum
Yeah.
or something.
Well, I think what works for me is what always made me unique, but I didn't identify it until that challenge, which is I am not trying to teach women how to dress elegant and how to conform and how to be classy. I realized at a certain point, like, oh, this is not a classy channel. Because People like it when I am my weird self, when I say the weird thing, when I
Mhm.
don't edit out the weird commentary. They like the weird.
Mm.
And I think through that challenge, I realized that people responded to when I was really, truly being myself.
Mm.
And I think that's what we all need to be doing that. And I think that a lot of people get scared when they make a channel to be their true self because they think, well, that's not going to make money.
True.
But I think that you don't worry about making money. You don't get, when you get into this, you cannot worry about making money. You better first worry about being your true self. Otherwise, you're not going to have fun.
Otherwise, you're not going to have fun. Otherwise, you're not going to be interesting to watch. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard to sustain.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Like
Uh-huh.
being there. And then it's so funny because it's such a cliche advice of like, be authentic, be yourself. But it always, 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 always comes back to that.
Yeah. 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 And if your authentic true self is to be elegant and classy, then make that channel because
Mm-hmm.
people do want that.
Mm-hmm.
Or if your authentic true self is to wear sweatpants and swear a lot, well, then do that.
Yeah.
I'm neither one of those channels. So
Mm-hmm.
there's room for everything. Just be whatever you are.
Yeah. And it's funny for me as a YouTube coach and strategist that I'm really blessed to be able to work with so many women in this capacity. I feel like so much of what I do is actually helping women steer them towards that, right? It's almost like a lot of times they're asking me questions like, well, should I do this? Should I do this? And I'm digging with them. And really the question always is, well, what do you want to do? Like, what do you actually really want to do? I should do this and I should
Yeah.
do this. And someone told me to do this and someone told me to do that. And then I'm like, no, 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 no. Like, what do you really want to do? And
Yeah.
can you do this every single day for the next 10 years, right? I mean, that's a little extreme, but what do you? And because I always say the answers to what you should be doing on YouTube from everything, from the topics to your niche to who you're talking to, the answers are within you. It can be really hard to figure that out, especially today when there's so much advice, so much noise, so
Uh-huh.
much information. I get women all the time that are coming to me and like I had somebody I'm meeting with like next week and she's a new client of mine. She gave me like a 10-page report of like what vidIQ says she should do. And I'm like, I don't really care about any of this. Like I'm looking forward to talk to her because I want to find out at the end of the day, what is it that she's passionate, excited, qualified to talk about, right?
I got to say, that piece of advice where people are always like, well, you got to check out the Google Trends. You
Yeah.
got to listen to vidIQ or TubeBuddy.
Hmm.
That's never really worked for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing that's ever worked for me is to talk about what I am passionate about.
Yes. Yes.
It doesn't matter if it's trending or not. It
Yes.
it has to come from my heart.
Diana, you are speaking my language because I think people, when they work with me, they're surprised that like I use those tools, but not in the way that people think. I don't use them to determine
Mhm,
like what somebody should talk about or the topics they should talk about because
mhm.
it doesn't matter if that's not something that you're enthusiastic or excited about. And I've had
Yeah.
people blow up in niches and topics that are not necessarily trending, but they bring a
Mhm.
unique point of view, a perspective, right? So it's so 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 true. I mean, the data is there. The data is important. I always say, you know, data is my edge because like I have access to a lot of channels and I've seen a lot of data over the last 10 years of me doing this, but intuition is my superpower, right? And my goal is to help
Yeah.
women really tap into that intuition because that's what's going
Mhm,
to tell you truly, truly what you should be doing.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, I do use TubeBuddy and I do use vidIQ, for certain things, but honestly, when I started this channel, I thought I was gonna be sitting here just doing, like, talking head videos and, advice, life advice. That's what I started out with. And then one day I was like, I really want to talk about thrifting, and I made a thrifting video and that was my first video that took off. And, I do coach a couple people here and there, just like friends of mine or relatives or like starting channels. Because I do, why make why let the job be hard for somebody else that you know, like let them know what you learned. So it doesn't have to be so hard for them. And one of them right now is having trouble growing, like grow to a certain point and stop. And I'm like, this is not a setback. This is the perfect chance to just try a bunch of stuff that you're excited about. What's the risk? You're already not growing right now. Just have some fun. See what you're excited about. See what's fun to you and just go do it. And I actually am super excited about it now because it's, it was something and then it stopped. And it's like, okay, now I want to see you really bloom. I want to see you have your fun. What's your fun? Who are your people for real?
Yeah. So when you did that thrifting video, it sounds like prior to that, you weren't really a fashion or style channel.
No, I think I did talk about scarves, which is a real passion of mine. Silk
Hmm.
scarves are like, love silk scarves. And I have a silk scarf company. And like,
Mm.
I could talk an entire podcast about silk scarves.
Did you have
Nobody
a
wants
silk
that here.
scarf? Do you have a silk scarf company before you did your YouTube channel, or is that
No,
after as a result of
no,
the
it was
YouTube?
after. It was
Oh,
after
love it.
because I realized I had been talking about silk scarves and I was always wearing them. And I just thought, it's always been a dream of mine to work with fabrics and
Mm-hmm.
designs. And I don't know how to do this at all.
Mm.
I don't know what I'm doing. But I need I need guidance. I need the answers. I don't even know what to ask Google at this point. And then through a series of interesting coincidences, whatever you want to call it, manifestations, coincidences, it's curious how it happened. I met all the right people that gave me all the right advice to get started and the right people to push me to do it. And I started this, I've always had an accessories company,
Mm.
jewelry. To
Before
start the
YouTube.
scarf, yeah, I've
Oh,
always been
okay.
making jewelry since like 2012.
Okay.
I've always had businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I added the silk scarves at a certain point, and now that's really like a huge passion of mine. It's like I've got my YouTube channel, I've got my scarf business. This is all kind of a big machine. Again, we've strayed off of the original question,
Yeah.
so
Trying to
we
remember
can.
what it was actually now. Like, I don't even remember. Do you remember?
I, I, I can follow the rabbit
Yeah. Yeah.
as long as
We're
you
good
want
where
to.
you're at.
Okay.
We'll follow your path right now because I don't even remember where that one was.
Okay. So okay. It was about the thrifting. I
Oh,
had
yes,
been
the
talking.
thrifting. Yes, yes. Okay.
Yeah, and I've thrifted a lot of silk scarves, and I still
Um,
continue to do that, even though I have a silk scarf company. I love thrifting.
mhm,
Thrifting's an adventure. Thrifting is like treasure hunting. It's
mhm,
so fun.
mhm, mhm,
And I just thought, well, I can share this, my excitement of thrifting in this one video. But that one video really turned out to be popular. Like people loved
mhm,
it. And
mhm,
I thought, well, if I could learn how to make money thrifting, that'd be amazing. Because at one
mhm,
point, I was reselling clothes a long time ago, like on eBay.
okay.
And I liked the thrifting part. I didn't like the listing part. So I
Yes.
stopped.
The work and the shipping and all that stuff.
I didn't. And it's funny that you say that because I hated shipping then, but I love shipping now because
Oh,
I
okay.
see a lot of my listeners' names on the packages and I'm like,
Oh,
oh, there they are. There they
yeah,
are. This is in my hands and it's going to be in their hands soon. And that's really exciting to me.
yeah, that's fun.
But I just thought if there was any way to make money off of this channel and do thrifting, that would be so fun for me.
Mhm,
So I tried it and the video surprisingly really did well for me at that point. And I was like, well, I can do more of this.
mhm.
This is easy for me because when you do something fun, it becomes something you want to do. It's not work anymore.
It
It's
becomes a
just like,
lot
oh,
easier.
I can't wait for my
Mhm,
next thrift haul.
mhm.
And people always say to me, well, I want to do thrifting, but I don't know how you can make money off of that. And I was like, well, I mean, once you're monetized, there's always AdSense, right?
Mhm,
And if you really want to make thrifting videos, then just do it because it's going to be fun for you and your enthusiasm will show. And then eventually you're going to be able to run ads on your videos and you will make some money off of that.
I
And
wanted
that's
to pull up
exciting.
your video. Which one was it? The thrifting one?
Oh, they're all thrifting now.
Well, which is the one that that helped take it like take your channel off?
Oh, it was so long ago. It
Yeah.
was so long ago, but I do know the picture. It would be at the very beginning.
Like
It would be in
way at
like
the
a
beginning.
yeah, it would be like 2021.
Oh, okay.
It was at the very beginning, and I remember the thumbnail. It's that right there. How much? That one.
The how much the thrift haul?
Yeah.
Because before that you were icy. What's stopping you? You're kind of talking about
I was talking about a lot of
a lot of
things.
things. Feeling blah, over 40, and you're like, ooh, thrifting. But that this are these did you private any videos or was this really like your like looks like it was like your 10th video you did?
I tell you what, I haven't privated many
Mm,
videos. Um, I did private one, and I'll tell you why. Because I mentioned something about the name Karen. I said
true.
something like, "Oh, you know what people call women like that? They call them Karens." And it was just a long time ago when that whole Karen thing was happening.
Yeah.
And someone named Karen showed up and said, "I can't believe that you are continuing this Karen thing. I'm so disappointed." And I'm like, you know what? You're right. I don't
Mm,
want to say negative things.
mhm,
And I
mhm,
privated that video. I told
mm.
her I would. And there was another one that I privated just because, oh, I said something about quitting coffee. And then, like, within a year, I was totally back on coffee. So I was like, I don't want to be, I don't want to be a
What do you think
hypocrite.
I'm drinking right now, Diana? I'm like, I love me my coffee.
I've already had an entire pot of coffee and I've moved on to green tea.
Yes,
So,
yes. I had my green tea earlier and I'm the kind of person that has multiple mugs and drink glasses in front of me. So
yeah, yeah. So I didn't want to be a hypocrite. So I did private that too. But I mostly leave my old stuff up to show people, like,
maybe your journey.
my sound hasn't always been good. My videos haven't always been that great.
Mhm,
Um,
I
you
don't
know,
wear pop.
like,
mhm.
listen to that. You can hear the room in
So
that
sorry.
video.
Yeah,
Hi, I'm Diana, and today I'm going to be showing you
yeah,
all
it's
of the
always fun to
clothes that
kind of
I
go
picked
back
up
and
at.
see, where you started and stuff. I always like to show that. But I mean, I like what you're saying about trying different things and having fun because it's
Mhm.
sometimes a thing that you least expect that can take off. But here's the thing, Diana, I found is that sometimes the very thing that takes off isn't necessarily the thing that you really want to be doing. And that's where things can get really
That's true.
interesting, you know? In
Mhm.
your case, it sounds like it was. And did it almost change the trajectory of your whole channel at that point?
Well, I saw that if I did more, I
Mhm.
might have more growth.
Mhm.
But yeah, probably because, it's really my style videos that I think people come to watch. And they're almost all
Mhm.
thrifting videos, unless they are sponsored content. And even then, it might be a mixture of thrifting and sponsored content.
Mhm.
The way I see it is it doesn't matter whether it's thrifted or sent to me. It's really about the styling principles that I'm talking about. And some people get mad when they're like, well, you didn't need to bring a brand into it. I'm like, but why not? It's just clothes. I'm
Mhm.
just talking about how to style clothes. So I mix a lot of the branded content with thrifting, and sometimes it's just completely thrifting. And then sometimes it is a talking video when I feel like I've got something to say.
Yeah, and the thing is you would probably be categorized in YouTube as a style channel, right?
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
YouTube is
Hmm.
very much about who are you? What's your niche? However, one thing, and this is the one thing that I tell people all the time is like, what is your messaging and mission? Like, what's your point of view about that topic? It's not just about styling, but like, it seems like you have a very strong point of view
Yeah,
and that's almost like what you started with. And fashion or thrifting or whatever, it just happens to be the vehicle for that message.
absolutely. I think that's probably the most insightful thing I've heard about my channel, actually. Um, I feel like now I've been really mixing those talking videos with my style videos because honestly, it's not about clothes.
Hmm.
It's about you expressing your youest you. Like, that's all I'm asking you to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not asking you to be elegant. I'm not asking you to show off your body or make your body into something it is not. I'm asking you to see your own uniqueness and play with that.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that's what the women really resonate with that watch your channel?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'd say most of us are not supermodels.
Mm-hmm.
And, I do include myself in that, even though I worked as a model, when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
And, but, you put me next to a real model, you very quickly see why I don't work in modeling. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, everybody's got these unique things that make their face or their body a certain way. And those asymmetries, like if you straighten those out, you don't even look like yourself anymore. You don't even look real anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of need those symmetries to work as a supermodel. But most people are not that.
Yeah.
And I'm not that either, even though the most common comment on my channel is, well, you would look good in a potato sack. And that is not true. And I have put on potato sack clothes and showed people, like, listen, this is what I look like in a potato sack. It's not good.
Like,
It's not good.
never good.
Like, the reason that you think that I look good in this video is because I'm wearing things that I have found suit me.
Mm-hmm.
And it might not suit you. So we're not talking about this particular sweater. We're talking about finding your best colors, and this is how you do it, or this shape, or turning your sweater upside down to change the shape of it, or what to travel with. It's not about that particular item. I'm not like, you need this blazer for summer.
Yeah. Yeah. When you look back at your journey so far, is there anything that you would have done differently, or any mistake you thought that maybe you made that you're like, if I were to do it over again, I would do it like this?
Well, I wouldn't have used the Karen comment.
Yeah.
um, no, No, I think that it takes you a certain amount of time to learn things, and you have to learn them in public. You have to learn them in embarrassing ways. You have to learn them face in the dirt sometimes. There's no other way. You can't learn them by watching 50 YouTube videos of how to make a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to learn by doing.
By doing.
And I did it. And it was about, I think, it was only like 4 or 5 months ago where I actually said out loud, I feel like I finally know what this channel is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it's almost the end of my 4th year, and I just finally feel like I understand what this is.
And what would you say it is?
That's a good question. Because I haven't put it into like fancy, snappy words.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't made some sort of elevator pitch about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really about encouraging women to express their truest selves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually through style, but sometimes it's through self-care or
Yeah.
just having a right mindset or how to stop caring what other people think.
Yeah, and I think for your channel too, it's especially a little bit of the age component as well. It's like bringing that into it, I think, is a big part.
Yeah, that was really important for me because I knew when I started this, I'm like, okay, I know that I still look young.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on how my face is going to change and how I'm going to change. I'm going to age up in people's faces. That's what I want to do. I want to show people me aging. So I started right at the end of my youthful looks, when I was 45. And I knew it was going to change really fast soon. I was hitting premenopause, it was like I knew there were going to be changes. So I like to show people how I was going to push through these changes, accept these changes, deal with becoming a whole new person. Because once your face changes, like you don't even know who you are anymore. You're like, who's that person in the mirror? One of my favorite things to say is like, whose butt is this? Who let this butt in here? Because suddenly your body parts aren't what you recognize, And I kind of wanted to hold people's hands through that. And maybe they were going to hold my hand through my changes. I honestly care less about aging than I thought I would. I
Mm.
thought it was going to upset me. I thought that it was going to make me sad because I'd seen that happen to other women, but
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed it. And I have really good models like Sandra Salin, who was on one of your podcast
Yeah.
episodes. She's a friend of mine in real life. And seeing her just like thoroughly enjoy her life in her
Yeah.
80s, like I have really great role models,
Yeah. She's such an
and I want to
inspiration.
be one.
Mm-hmm. Do you think your YouTube channel and what you do here has played a part in your experience in aging? Where what you said you thought it was going to bother you, but it's actually not. Did your
Yeah.
channel play a part in that?
Well, it's kind of funny because, when you're editing your face,
Yeah.
when you're like zooming in and you see your face all day
Mm-hmm.
long on a
Mm-hmm.
screen and you're like, oh, why do my teeth look like that? I didn't know that my one eyebrow went way up in the air. Like you
Mm-hmm.
find out so much about yourself that is not good.
Yeah.
And I say that because, that's just a judgment, right?
Yeah.
I have recently realized that asymmetries are what make you unique. Like
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't be worrying about whether it's good or not. Like it's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But because when you have a YouTube channel, you see your face so up close and personal and you see all your, I'm going to do this again, flaws, because that's not a thing. When you see your flaws, you're kind of forced to reckon with them. And you have to decide that's me. I'm going with it. Or I need to change that. And either one's okay.
Yeah.
If you're a person who decides I need to change that, I'm going to go change that. You can put that on camera too.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who want to go on that journey can go on that journey with you.
Yeah.
And if you want to accept it, and then those people go on that journey with you. Um, there's no wrong here.
Mm-mm.
That's a really important thing to learn, is that the only thing that's wrong is when you are hurting others. Like I would not come on YouTube and say mean things about people.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I love all that. I think that's so good. Um, all right, going back to kind of the channel and the logistics of everything, I'm curious, when you started your channel, you owned and operated a music school, and it
Mhm.
sounded like you also had a jewelry brand and a YouTube channel. And then 2 years into it, you decided to upload every single day for 2 months. How were you managing all of that work? And at what point did you decide to you're not still doing the music school, right?
No, no.
Okay. So what point did you basically change to like YouTube being your full-time thing?
When I was not able to get my videos done because I was sitting in the lesson rooms and teaching.
Mm,
And, you know, I'm a really good piano teacher. I'm not afraid to say that.
mhm,
I'm a very popular piano teacher that people never leave. And it's because I was really good at the communication with the children and changing their lives.
mhm,
It wasn't really about the teaching of here's C, here's high C. And anybody can do that who knows these things. But if you can really like see a child and change their life, that's amazing.
mhm,
And it was fun. I enjoyed it.
mhm,
But when I saw that there's this next pathway that I want to follow, and I don't have the time to do it because I'm sitting with these people one on one, I
mhm,
need to reach more people.
mm,
I need to reach more women than that are just in the waiting room. I can reach way more on the internet, and I need to make a decision. And I need to start giving my students to other teachers, even though I didn't really want to. I knew I had to. And they didn't want to move along, but I moved them along. And I started concentrating on making videos full time is the only way I was going to get the right amount of time in my life to work on this. The first couple of years were really rough having two jobs at once. And I did tell my friends, like, listen, you're not going to see me. I'm going into cave mode. I'm going to do this thing. I don't know if it's going to work out. I don't care. Just going to do it. I'm going to build my website. I'm going to build this brand. I'm going to put myself on the internet. And that's the end of the story. There's no like, and then I'm going to reach this pinnacle of, I'm going to be this and I'm going to make this much money. It was always just like, I'm going to do the work And that's all I'm focused on.
And we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever happens from that happens.
So you own the music school, right? That was your music
Mhm.
school? So did you have the goal when you were setting out to do YouTube to eventually move on from the music school? Because it sounded like you said that you did have this other dream of being able to live in different places. Was that something in the back of your mind when you started YouTube and said, eventually, I know my time with this music school and doing this after 20 years is going to come to an end. And I need
Right.
my
Right.
second plan.
Yeah, that was definitely a big factor. I have always wanted to try to live in different places, and at that point, lived in Los Angeles for over 20 years, been teaching in the same neighborhood for 20 years or more. And I'm not one of these people that was gonna be a piano teacher until I was 88, 90. That was never gonna be me because I like to switch things up. But I knew that if I did make the YouTube thing happen, I could live in other places, and that was a dream of mine. I like to travel, and I do like to try to go to, like, Paris or somewhere in France or in Europe, like, once a year. And, I'm not gonna get to go this year because I'm doing other things, like living in new places,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I'm excited about. But, I knew that it could do that for me.
Hmm.
But I was trying not to focus on any end points of the journey. I was just simply focusing on, I'm going to get this work done that's in front of me. Work, 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 work. Just get it done. And that was my success.
Hmm.
I wasn't thinking of some future success. It was always like, I'm going to do this one task in front of me. I'm going to do the next video. I'm going to get my website happening. I am going to add this new scarf design. It's always about the work and the journey, not the destination for me.
And ironically, it keeps you going on the journey.
Yeah. Because there is no destination besides dying at the end.
Yeah.
That's the destination. So it's like, where are you trying to get to faster? It's like, just enjoy the ride. Like, you're not trying to get to that destination fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Did people ever tell you you look like Terry Hatcher?
Oh, I used to get that a long, long time
Mm.
ago. That's funny. Like
Yeah.
when Desperate Housewives was
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I think, periodically it changes
Yes.
people or depending on how curly my hair is.
The way, yeah. But it's just like this the whole time, like, who does she remind me of? And I'm like, it's Terry Hatcher. That's it. But yeah. So talking about the logistics of things, you were starting to say that it got to the point where you couldn't do the work anymore of both. But did also the money play into it? So I'm assuming like at some point you have to say, okay, well, I'm monetizing this. Were you, I know you said it's about the journey itself, but were you looking at it like I need to bring in X amount before I can move on from this music school, or how did logistically that happen for you?
Well, I made a plan where I knew that eventually I wanted to move on to simply YouTube.
Mhm.
And I made an exit plan where I had saved up a certain amount of money and thought, okay, when I'm ready to quit the music school and take this seriously, I have some income saved up
Mhm.
that I know that I'm going to be able to pay my bills and then work steadily on growing it to being my business. And fortunately, I kind of reached the point where I was making money off of YouTube and I didn't have to dive into that
The
fund.
savings.
I was
Mhm.
able to just stop working at the music school and completely focus on YouTube. So I took my exit plan money
Mhm.
and I put a down payment on a house in the country.
Mhm. I mean, that's a massive accomplishment from starting something brand new. How many years prior?
Well, at this point, I'm finishing up my fourth year,
Yeah.
maybe fifth. I don't even know anymore. It's just something that I do all the time. I don't even think about it.
Yeah. So like that's huge to be able to not just do it full time and have enough income, but not only that, but have extra that you're able to make a life change that actually was part of the reason why you did this to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wanted a life change.
Mhm.
And boy, did I get it. Boy,
Mhm.
did I get it. I'm weed whacking all the time now.
Yeah. Yeah.
but um but I'm having an adventure and that's all I really care about. I'm
Mhm.
not worried about like, well, once I get onto YouTube, I'm going to be a millionaire and I'm going to live in luxury and take it easy. I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
I'm always interested in what's the next adventure.
Mm.
It doesn't matter if it's hard or if it's easy and luxurious. In fact, I'd probably get bored if it was easy and luxurious all the
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
I'm interested in work and adventures, and that's definitely what I have right now.
Yeah. And how long into your YouTube journey did you actually start seeing an income from it? Like an actual serious one where you thought, okay, I can really do this full time.
Okay, so the timeline is it took me a year to get monetized.
Okay.
And I took that was my serious goal. Like, I want to get monetized in 1 year. And it took me just about exactly 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if I had said to myself,
6
I want to
months.
get monetized in 6 months, could I
Yeah.
have done that? Because I truly feel like I could have. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like maybe give yourself artificially short timelines because they push you to do amazing things.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's the one thing that I would have changed. The one thing I would have done differently is I would have given myself shorter timelines, and then tried for it because it might have happened.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me 1 year to get monetized.
Okay.
It took me 2 years before I started seeing regular income from AdSense,
Mm.
and then maybe the third year is when I probably quit my teaching job. And I've been doing this ever since. And you know what? I mean, of course, sponsorships are part of that income, and I like to do them. But I definitely didn't want my channel to become like all like I'm selling you this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't partner with sponsors that I don't use myself or believe in or think that they're good.
Mm-hmm.
I only bring things to people that I actually am excited about.
Mm-hmm.
And but I'm always very cognizant that some people feel that they're being sold to.
Okay.
So, I try to create a balance of just like purely like idea based videos and those sponsorships, but those are a part of the income eventually, which really started to kick in probably third and fourth year.
And would you say more so the sponsorships than any type of affiliate income? Because I know that, especially in the niche of like fashion, a lot of the revenue for those women really comes from affiliates, but that comes from
Mhm.
recommending a lot of different products. And I know for you, kind of leaning more towards the thrifting idea, that's not always going to be the case. So I'm curious how you handle that.
Yeah. I think actually a lot of people are curious, like, what do you mean you're making a living off of YouTube showing thrifting?
Hmm.
Um, well, I mean, the thing is, people need more than what they can get at the thrift store. I mean, you can't get underwear there and you wouldn't want to.
That would be weird.
I know it's weird and gross. Like, of course, there are lots of things that you can get at the thrift store that are amazing. You can get your rich ant jackets that sparkle. You can get some weird boots. You can get
Hmm.
some housewares, but you can't get everything.
Hmm.
You really need a mix of new and treasure hunting
Hmm.
to have a unique home and unique life, unique wardrobe. So, of course, I mean, you can do an all thrifting channel. Like, I actually forget the woman's name, and I don't want to like misquote her name, but maybe I will. I watched this B Jones style
Hmm.
thrifter woman, and I actually wanted to reach out to her because I'm like, we could be friends.
Hmm.
And she does purely thrifting, and she does
Just
these
thrifting.
wild outfits, and I really enjoy that. But I realize, like, but there's also things that I want new.
Mm.
And if I happen to get most of them from Quince, I'm going to show you that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to not do that.
Hmm.
Like, I'm going to show you what I do. So, there's a balance, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And do you find that your people kind of appreciate that it's a combination of both?
I do feel that.
Mhm.
There's always people that want to complain about me showing a brand.
Mhm.
And if you don't want to shop new, then don't. You can
Yeah.
often find these new things eventually at the thrift store.
It takes a little more time sometimes. Like you said, treasure hunting, right? If you want
Yeah.
something specific, like I really need a, jean jacket that's going to fit me, that's this and this and this. It's
Yeah.
like you can go from store to store to store if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, or you just buy it and you get
Yeah.
exactly what you
I mean,
want.
some people don't have the time.
Yeah,
Some people live in small towns and the thrift stores are crap.
exactly. That's true. That's true. That's the thing. Like when you thrift, in LA, I mean, gosh, I
Oh,
remember, I don't know if anymore, but I remember back when I was in college, we would go to Melrose and it was just incredible, like insane.
it is incredible. That's why I'm
Mhm.
able to have this channel because I
Yeah.
thrift in Los Angeles.
Hmm.
And people are like, "How is it possible you're thrifting these things?" I'm like, "Los Angeles, take
Yeah.
a thrifting trip here and you will see.
Yeah.
Come with 2 empty suitcases and $400
Hmm.
and you will have the
Cash.
time of your life."
Hmm. I remember just with girlfriends, we would totally do that. And we would just
Uh-huh.
spend a day on Melrose and it was so fun. And I remember I was in totally side tangent, but like, I was in a sorority and we would have these like events, right? It's like, oh, they'd be themed. So, welcome to the jungle theme or this theme or that theme. And we'd always just go to Santa Monica or go to Melrose
Mhm.
and just do the stores, the thrifting. And it was so fun. It was so fun.
Oh,
I remember
it's
loving that.
it's so
Hmm.
fun. And if you don't have a good thrift store in your area, and I'm only showing you all these fantastically thrifted items, it's like there's no place I can get you excited about because you don't want to go to your thrift store. You know you're not going to find those things.
Hmm.
Um, but if I showed you this crazy thing that I found, and then I say, and then wear these other things with it, they might want those other things. And
Hmm.
I do feel
Hmm.
like when I show people nice things they can buy new, it is helpful.
Hmm.
A lot of people do want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the people who don't want that should just they don't need to complain about it.
Or go
Like,
to another
why?
channel, I mean, that's the
Right.
thing, that's the beauty of YouTube is, like, there
Yeah.
are so many people on YouTube, and I always say this, it's like, then they're just not your people, but they
Hmm.
might still hang around for some reason and just keep complaining, and then at that point, you're like, they like you for something, but, like.
Right, right. And you know what? I actually, something that I haven't mentioned is that I'm a foster mom to kittens,
Mhm.
and I've been doing it for about 15, 20 years. I don't even know. I've raised a lot of kittens,
Mm.
and they often end up in my videos because the first time I had foster kittens and I was making a video, I thought, I got to keep these kittens out of the video. I don't know why I thought that.
Yeah,
Okay.
people probably love
Because
them.
Because when I say that, people are like, "Why did you ever think that?" I don't
Yeah,
know. Because I was trying to make the perfect video. I didn't know about people love the realness of
the
that.
authenticity, we talked about that, it's like, they
And
wanna see the cat.
I don't know which video this is in, but I was trying to keep those foster kittens out.
Mhm,
I locked them in the kitchen. I lived in a 400 square foot apartment for half of my life.
mhm.
That was where I was doing all the videos. And I put the kittens in the kitchen and I pushed the door shut. It didn't even really close. I pushed it shut and put a shoe in front of it. And I'm talking to the camera, and I didn't know this was even video. I didn't know this was on video. And you can see it like a stripy arm sticking up and going like this under let
Under the
me
door.
in.
Oh my
And
god!
it happened a couple times. I didn't know it. And I didn't even see it in the video editing
Oh,
process.
you
And it ended
did?
up, no, it ended up in the video. And someone said, "What the heck was that came out under the door at 12:16?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know." And I went and watched it. I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
The
that's my
cat?
foster kitten's arm." Like they really wanted to get in. And that person said, "What are you doing? Let them in." Like,
Yeah,
of course we want to see the kittens.
yeah.
And after that, it's just been pure chaos.
The
There's
kittens
a
are all over the place.
there is a video on my channel where I'm cutting clothes that
You
don't
know what
fit
video it
right.
is?
Yeah.
Okay, let
Yeah,
me
and it's
find
like,
it.
should we cut this? Or I'm sure if you just type in the word like cut. It's one where there's like scissors in it and and there and I had
Okay.
to put chapters in it like here's the kitten attack moment.
Is this it? Which
Because
one?
yes, should we?
Okay,
Um and then you can skip ahead in the chapters
okay.
to kitten attack 1.
Where's it?
And this is the funniest thing that's ever happened to me on camera.
I'm gonna do it like 2x speed just so we can see it real
Okay.
fast.
Right. When I put the hat on. So this dress, I liked it, but I cut the neck off. And
Oh,
I
okay.
liked it so much more as a dress from the 80s.
Yeah. I love
And
it.
then I added this pearl beret, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, this is fun. Meanwhile, my kittens had an idea of what was fun.
You have so much fun with the clothes too. I think that's why it's fun watching you because it seems like you're having fun as well.
I love silly clothes.
Yeah.
I,
You could
I love
tell, like,
silly
there's like an
fashion.
energy about you when you're
It's right
doing that.
here.
Oh, oh, that's funny.
The entire video is like that. The entire
Oh,
video
so
is
they're behind
kittens.
the curtain.
They, for some reason that day, launching onto the curtain,
That's
and
so
the
funny.
entire video is that.
Oh, I
And
love
after
it.
that, people have wanted to see
More of
kittens.
the kittens. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. I love that. You gotta let the kittens out, right? So now, and this is what I always say, a lot of times those types of things that are like a mistake, but they're there, they end up becoming a supporting character in your videos. And now when they're not there, people are like, where are the kittens? Or like, where's this? Right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
people just want to see kittens. And I have good news. I just got 2 babies, and they're not
Oh,
here right now.
yeah.
Um, so people who are excited for the kittens, it's kitten season.
Okay.
And it's
Well, there you
not,
go.
and it's not a gimmick. I have been fostering kittens for years and years since,
Yeah.
my child was in first grade, and he's a full grown adult. So it's not a gimmick. It was really I can't keep them in the kitchen. And then it became like, okay, people want to see them. So I'm going to put the cat tree in the scene. And if the cat comes up and lays there, then it's fine. People like it.
It's so funny because one of my closest friends, she fosters kittens. And she's been doing that for years. And it got to the point where she was doing it so much, so often that she's now going back to school to be a vet tech, which is like really cool, like in her
Mm-hmm.
early 40s or whatever, and doing this whole career. And I'm always telling her, you need to do a YouTube channel. Because like,
Oh,
this is like, she's so passionate about it. I'm like, do a YouTube channel. But
mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to connect you guys. She has a cool Instagram. I'll show you. You'll probably love it because she's like obsessed with fostering kittens. So, and I always,
Oh, me too. Me
yeah,
too. It's
yeah,
so rewarding. And honestly, when you get to that point in your life where you're like, I'm 45, I feel blah, I don't know what to do next. My kids are getting older, they don't need me. It's kind of nice to have a little furry being to micromanage.
yes, yes, yes. So I want to do, Diana, a quick before we end, a like rapid fire of questions, and you just like answer them, boom, boom, boom,
A, sh-
right?
a short answer from me?
I
I'll
mean,
try.
you can expand a little bit, but we'll just bang through it. It's
Okay.
kind of more like
I'll,
the logistic stuff. So, do you do your own editing?
yes.
Do you do your own thumbnails?
Yes.
Do you have anybody on your team that does anything? Or do you have anybody on your team?
No. But recently I have someone coming in to help me stay on track with my accessories business. And
Mm,
so an assistant, and she does also graphic design. So she's helping me reconfigure my shipping packages. So
mm.
I'm so thankful because when she does come into the office, it forces me to sit down and say, okay, what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? Even if she's not really helping me, she's sitting there. And if
Accountability.
I tell her we're doing something,
You have
I
to do it.
better do that thing by next week, or I'm going to be embarrassed when she comes
Hmm.
back and I didn't do it. So
Hmm.
she's kind of my accountability partner. And so she's been really the only person on my team. But when it comes to YouTube, I do it all, and I really have trouble delegating it. I always just think that nobody's going to get what I want.
And at
So
some point, do you want to delegate it or are you fine just doing all the work yourself?
I'm not fine doing it all myself, but I honestly, I can't, I can't stop. I can't quit it.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, because there are so many things that I say in the recording that I actually don't want in the video.
Hmm.
Like I say jokes all the time where right after I say it, I'm like, don't put that in the video. And that's a note to myself.
Hmm. Hmm.
Don't add that one. But I'm also afraid like the video edit's going to come back and it's going to have all that junk in it. And then I'm going to have to write down what I don't want in there. And that's going to take just as much time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just do it.
Yeah.
I try to optimize my workflow instead of delegating.
Yeah. I mean, some things you can give up, some things you can't. I have some people that have that same kind of like situation. Actually, a lot of people do. I think a lot of people, they have a good intuition on like what they want of themselves in the videos. So their solution to that is, or what I've always said is like, you could do the pre-edit. And now with the tools like Descript, you know, the editing tools where you can like edit the script, it's so much faster and easier. So for some people, myself included, I do this is like, I do the pre-edit and then you give the rest for the editor to do.
Oh, well, that's an idea.
Yeah. And in some ways you can almost strike a little bit of a deal with the editor too. Like, cause if you're getting like a clean talking head, either, or it's the same price, but then they're like, now go all out with the editing, you know?
You
like,
know
do
what really streamlined my flow
what?
is I never watch footage without editing it. Like, don't just watch what you recorded and then be like, okay, I'll do that later. No, do it now. Do it right now when you see it. And also, the first time I watch through, while I'm editing, I plan on that being an almost perfect edit. I don't edit multiple times. I'm like, if I'm going to watch this right now, I'm going to do the tight editing that I want to see. And of course, it's not going to be as tight as I want it to be, but it's going to be as tight as I think it should be. And then the second time through is the final pass. And that's all I touch it. Unless I feel like at the end of the video, I got bored in any moments, and I'll go back and chop out entire sections. But I really only try to go through twice.
Yeah, they say it's kind of like what, death by 1,000 cuts. Like it's kind of like with the editing, you can go crazy, right? Edit this. And some people spend too much time. And then they end up editing out too much. Then they think, well, I have to edit this out and this out. It's like, no, you should keep some of it, like the cat trying to attack the screen or whatever, you know, like keep some of it.
Yeah. I feel like what I'm doing now is the very best flow. Never watch your footage if you're not working on it. It'll waste all your time. Like you might be feeling very excited about what you just recorded and you might want to just go in and see how it looks. Don't do it. Just get it right in your editing platform and just go to town on it. Yeah.
How long does it take you to edit one video?
A few 4-5 hours.
Start to finish.
You know, start to finish, and I'm including thumbnail and upload in that.
Okay. Oh, so like the whole process.
Yeah, because I think it's you can't just edit it and then not do those other things. Like I think it's all one package. It could take, we'll say 5 to 8 hours, for all of it. And it's a big job, you know.
Yeah.
As you know.
Yeah.
And then sometimes there's light correction, you know, if the sun is out or if it's murky or if your sound, you know, there's times where you forget your microphone still sticking on the pole there and you filmed an entire 2-minute diatribe and you're like, oh man, now I got to go back and edit sound. And I mean, luckily I know how to edit sound. Otherwise I would have had to just cut it. So there's always a lot of things that you didn't anticipate, you had to fix. You're lucky if you go through and there's nothing to fix.
Yeah. Really lucky.
It's just luck.
How do you come up with your next video idea?
It's whatever I'm excited about. Like, honestly, it's like whatever I want to talk about. I would not do this if I had to like search for what I wanted to do next. If I had to have somebody else tell me, I would hate this job. Like, sometimes it's whatever I find at the thrift store. Like if I don't know what I'm going to do next, I just walk into the thrift store and I'm like, this is interesting. This is interesting. And whatever starts shaking out, like, man, there's a lot of dresses here today. I'm going to do a dress episode. Man, there's a lot of French girl style stuff here today. It's a French girl style haul. Boy, there's a lot of really bananas items here. Like, I'm just going to do crazy lady thrift haul. So sometimes I let the thrift store dictate what the video is. Or if there's a sponsorship coming up, I don't think about like, okay, how am I going to show this item? What do they want me to say? I think of what do I really think about this item and what's the bigger picture here? Because I don't find anything interesting about me demonstrating a product for you for 5 minutes. But I do find something interesting in what does this product do for me? How does it change how I interact with the world? How
Yeah.
does it make me feel?
Yeah. Your point of view. That's really important. You're not like just like a QVC. It's like, that's what
I'm
I
not
think.
yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
here to present this to you, um but I do want to present to you how it changed my life
Hmm.
and why that's important.
Hmm.
Maybe you need that too, you
Hmm.
know. Yeah, I think that that's really important is that it's not just like buy this thing. It's like, well, if you want to change your life in this manner, this thing might help you. So that sometimes dictates what I want to talk about. Or how does that fit into a larger theme about, like, I'm going to be doing some series coming up about styling your life rather
Hmm.
than your clothes and things that fit within that. And to me, that's really interesting because I think that like your home and your car and your workspace, like they all need to be stylish in some way
Or
that makes
reflect
you
your
happy.
own, like reflect where you're at in life or where you want to
Yeah.
be, you know?
And
So,
if if sponsorship comes to me and they want me to show their product, I'm like, does it fit into any of my larger ideas? Well, first of all, do I love that product?
hmm.
Second of all, does it fit into any of my larger ideas that have nothing to do with products,
Hmm.
have everything to do with your mindset and your lifestyle? And
Yeah.
then I might slot that in.
Yeah. 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 I love that. What do you use as far as your camera, your setup, your lighting?
I always forget the name of it. It's a Sony XV-Z10. Uh,
Does it have a separate lens or no?
um, I think I got a separate lens. This is my first investment, and it happened a year into it, or maybe 6 months into making YouTube videos, where I thought, okay, I got to stop borrowing my friend's camera and I got to start getting my own. I
Mm.
looked up best camera for vloggers, and I'm like, fine, sold,
Hmm.
getting it. And it made a huge difference in how my videos
Looked.
looked. It was an important investment. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people have great cameras on their phones. I did not.
Hmm. Hmm.
So this camera really helped me. I use that camera. I've been using this. Okay, so I was using a cheaper Bluetooth microphone, but there was one video. It's the only video I've ever done with another person where I had one of my best friends come in and she
Hmm.
wanted me to restyle her French girl style.
Mm.
And I was like, "Oh no, I need two microphones." And I just walked into Best Buy and I bought this two Bluetooth microphone
Oh,
set from
yeah.
Ceramic
Hmm.
because it was all they had.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
was all they had, and I was like,
I
"Give
need
it to
something.
me."
Yeah. Yeah.
And it turned out to be great. I use it all the time,
Oh,
and I kept it.
that's good.
Um, I just bought a cheap ring light off of Amazon,
Mm.
and then I bought some cheap side lights off of
Hmm.
Amazon. This curtain you see behind me,
Hmm.
um, those are 4 curtains that I bought at a thrift store because
Oh,
I had to have a background. Um, I had just I had no space to work in, so I was like, I got to create a clean slate. So I just bought white curtains, and at first people are like, "Oh, those white curtains are so harsh," but then they just became the thing that
part,
I did.
yeah, part of your thing. Hmm.
Yeah, and now if I didn't film with the white curtains, people would be like, "Wow, it's weird,"
Where are
you
the white
know?
curtains? Where's Diana and her
Right.
white curtains and her cats?
Yeah, it's almost like I'm filming in heaven in the clouds. But it was just due to my limitations that that's what I chose, and sometimes that's what dictates what you do on your channel is your
Mhm.
limitations, you know?
That's true. That's a good point. Like it's like don't wait until you have everything. Just
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you cannot wait till things are perfect.
mm-mm.
It's your limitations that are gonna, cause you your unique qualities. Your
Yeah.
limitations are not limitations. They help. They help you.
Hmm.
And actually, your imperfections, they help you. That's another thing my mentor told me is like, you got to stop waiting for things to be perfect and you have to post.
Yes.
Like, you cannot worry about your videos being perfect. Just post them.
Yes.
And I put up a sign in my office after that that said, perfect is the enemy of done.
Hmm.
And because I truly believe that you cannot wait for the perfect moment. You cannot wait for the perfect lighting. Just start posting. You will
Yeah.
learn, you will grow, you'll figure it out. Learn to be embarrassed. Learn to put yourself out there. Learn to stop caring what people say because they wish they could do what you were doing. They wish that they could put themselves out there. And if anybody has anything to say about it that puts you down, it's because they're kind of mad at themselves that they haven't been able to share themselves in that open-hearted kind of way.
Yeah. That is like exactly how I feel. I think you said it perfectly.
Mhm. I mean, it's vulnerable, right? It's hard to learn to be so vulnerable and put yourself out there and sometimes look stupid and sometimes make a corny joke and sometimes your hair doesn't look like you thought it did. Sometimes you have a piece of dirt right there for your whole video and you're like, I'm
Yeah.
not refilming this.
Exactly. There's not a world that exists where if you don't upload on YouTube, a long form video on YouTube every single week,
Mhm.
that you don't fundamentally change as a person.
I absolutely agree with that. You learn so much about yourself. But I think that learning to be vulnerable is one of the most valuable lessons. Not putting up a front, learning to be vulnerable, put yourself out there, even if your friends or your family think it's silly,
Hmm.
or if somebody wants to like tease you about it, whatever. To put yourself out there, is so brave.
Yeah. I think it is. And I always say, like, anyone that gets onto YouTube, they have to be at least like 7 or 8% delusional, but like in a good way, right? It's kind of like you just have to be
Yeah,
delusional to think that, like, I'm going to do this and people are going to want to watch me. And it's like, whether it's
and
not, you need to believe it.
I'm sure that I'm not the only person that's asked themselves like, what makes me think that I am worthy of being watched? What makes me
Hmm.
think that I'm worthy of being a person that puts something out there and people want to press that button? I don't know. I don't know. I just know I want to do it. And that's good enough.
Yeah.
You don't have to, I don't even think you have to feel worthy of it. I think you just have to want to do it.
Yeah. And I think,
And then
yeah, it'll,
later on, you can feel like maybe you've put something of value out there and that you're worth it, but you don't have to feel that way at the
mm-mm,
beginning.
exactly. Well, Diana, I feel like I could talk to you for hours.
I definitely could talk to you like for the rest of the day.
Yes, I could too. And like we would have so much fun and we get lots of coffee and green tea and just have so much fun. But for people that are not familiar with you and your channel, where can they
Mhm.
find you?
I'm UnBlah Yourself on everything. And that UnBlah as in, you're feeling blah, but you want to unblah yourself. And I want to thank the women of my waiting room for providing me with the inspiration for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just unblah yourself everywhere.
I love that. It's funny. I put a call out, I think my email list somewhere, like, oh, who should I interview? Who should I reach out to? And then I had several people and they didn't say your name. They said unblah yourself. And I'm like,
Oh,
oh, what's an unblah yourself? So it sticks, in people's mind. And that's all I remember. I'm like, oh, and so internally with my own team, I'm like, oh, we got to interview this lady, unblah yourself. So you're just the unblah yourself lady. So
yeah.
now you're Diana, but you know,
Well,
well,
thank you.
yeah.
That's quite flattering that people would think that I'm worthy of being interviewed, and I
Oh,
I do feel like there's so much to talk about. You get a bunch of women in a room who are creating things. There's going to be a lot to talk about.
mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
true. Well, thank you so much, Diana. This has been great.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I hope I didn't like blah everything over blah everything. I don't give short answers.
No, and that's
So,
okay. It makes my job easier. So I love it.
well, thank you very much for having me.
Awesome. Thank you, Diana.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.